Regarding Aboriginal social structure and general tribal protocols before the arrival of white people, there appears to be a huge misconception that has developed over the last 20 years amongst the last few generations of Australians, spread and perpetuated by older generations of Australians. Basically that there was no order in Aboriginal life and that they simply wandered about aimlessly on remote sandy plains scraping the ground for what little food they could find. This misconception is in complete contrast to then and now existing elder knowledge and continuation of culture, but also records by many field researchers and cultural studies organisations during last century, which reveal highly organised systems of kinship, land management, ceremonial practices, reciprocal obligations, and subsection-based social classifications that ensured continuity, resource sharing, conflict resolution, and ecological harmony across diverse environments from coastal regions to arid interiors. Dingo Makes Us Human, authored by Deborah Bird Rose and published in 1992 by Cambridge University Press, documents ethnographic fieldwork among the Yarralin Aboriginal people and surrounding communities in the Northern Territory of Australia, focusing on their interconnected concepts of kinship, land tenure, dreaming, social obligations, and relationships with non-Aboriginal institutions, based on long-term observations at Yarralin and related sites. A primary portion of the order is marriage. Contrary to the disrespectful belief that partnerships and marriage is simply old men taking as many young girls as desire to be their slave wives, the process is actually very ingenious. Here we explain. The marriage chart appears in Chapter 7, titled Dream Country, within a discussion of how Yarralin people maintain continuity in kinship and country rights through subsection systems, patrilineal and matrilineal descent lines, and structured marital exchanges. This section elaborates on sets of father and son across 5 generations of women. Figure 17 is the key diagram, a simplified sketch of generations and country, depicted as a circular diagram with labelled subsections and arrows, indicating marriage directions, lines of men staying in place, and lines of women moving cyclically. The text details patrilineal identity, Ngurlu, and women's marital identity, explaining how substance is returned to its country of origin through ideal marriages over time, generating complex relationships while assuming highly simplified conditions like men's lines remaining stationary in one place and women's lines circulating and returning after 4 countries, with correct marriages presumed throughout. To explain the marriages and chart in simple terms, start with the basics. Yarralin society uses a subsection system. Skin groups like Jangari, Nangri, Janama, Nanagu, Japata, Japana, Jalama, Namija, Jamija, Jaliuri, Naliiri, and Nampajina, to classify people for kinship and marriage rules, ensuring exogamy where partners come from different countries to avoid marrying within one's own group. The chart, Figure 17, visualizes this as a circle divided into segments with points A, B, C, and D, representing 4 distinct countries, each associated with specific subsections. Men's lines are patrilineal, meaning sons inherit their father's country and stay put, maintaining stability. For instance, a man in country A, labelled Namija of Jamija, passes his country directly to his son, grandson, and great-grandson without movement. Women's lines, however, cycle through marriages. Arrows show marriage directions, with women moving from one country to another as wives, creating lines of women that rotate oppositely to return substance, kinship essence, to the origin after a full cycle. Here's the step-by-step flow. In country A, Namija of Jamija 1, a man gets a wife from country B, Jangari Nangri, and their children belong to country A. His son, generation 4, Jalama Nalama, gets a wife from country C, Janama Nanaku, children still in A. The grandson, generation 7, Japata of Japana, gets a wife from country D, Nampajina Naliiri, children in A. Finally, the great-grandson, generation 10, gets a wife back from country A or completing the loop, ensuring children return to A. This creates a 4-generation cycle where marriages are correct under subsection rules, avoiding close kin while amplifying rights through birth, marriage, and adoption. If a line dies out, Replacements occur via siblings or other kin to fill roles, with selective forgetting of distant ties to prioritize core patrilines like father's father, FF, or mother's father, MF, though matrilines like mother's mother, MM, matter more for women's ceremonies. The chart's arrows for marriage, lines of men, and lines of women highlight this reciprocity. Each group acts as a node in overlapping networks, sustaining ties indefinitely without random deprivation, as seen in examples like Jameja's lineage where sisters' children go to country B, but overall balanced reciprocity localizes people in their countries. If you are still struggling to understand the complete system, then know that it is more important that you understand and respect that Aboriginal people and culture are structured and orderly, and that when this order is broken by outside forces, it usually causes chaos that affects multiple regions, as a ripple effect.